Hello there and welcome again to our allotment for Peas in a Pod. Yes, we're back here down the allotment. It is the 16th of April. It's a bank holiday weekend, so that's good. We had Good Friday yesterday.
Had some good weather as well.
We've had some really good weather. It's just started to look a little bit mardy at the minute, isn't it? It's just getting odd black cloud over, but I don't know what they've tipped. I haven't seen any at forecast. So if you haven't watched before, welcome to our channel. Oh, one slight point. There should have been an episode put onto YouTube yesterday, but what happened was, I think our second or third episode, we were doing a tour of this allotment and it was quite windy conditions and we lost some of the audio with it. So obviously most of our broadcasting is going to be outside, so we need you to hear what we're saying. So we invested in a microphone and we did a tour of Danny's plot yesterday morning. Some of our greatest work, I think, Dan, to be honest. It was top draw, weren't it?
I mean,
yeah.
If it were you being framed.
Yeah, similar. And we went off, well, Dan and Kirst went off to edit it, and we ain't got no sound on it, so there you go. In years to come, that'll be in somebody's loft, Dan.
That's
the lost episode of Peas in a Pod.
Definitely.
Worth millions.
Definitely.
Yep. Right, so to just quickly moving on then, tonight we're going to have a look at planting potatoes. And the main thing about this is how to take the work out of it, because back in when I first started growing plants and growing veg, it were like 2 trips to the gym to plant a row of potatoes. It really were donkey work. There's no need for that, no need whatsoever. I'll show you a lot quicker, faster, easier way to do it. So 10 minutes out of your day, once a year, you've planted some potatoes, simple as that. Then we're going to have a look at the challenge, the £20 challenge, then just let you know what we'll be doing next week, and that'll be that. Be movie night. We have to watch a film with management, Dan.
Definitely.
See what she's picked.
Yeah, right. Something good, hopefully.
Hopefully. Right then, so let's crack on with it. Like I said, I'm just going to give you a quick run through of a quick and easy way, 3 quick and easy ways to plant your potatoes. Like I say, we used to plant potatoes in ridges and furrows where you were digging trenches, you're piling soil up over your potatoes as they're growing to stop your potatoes going green. You've got to really go down to dig them all out to make sure I haven't missed any, and it was work, you know, there was no fun in that, in planting potatoes. We dreaded potato planting time. I think a lot of the reason for that is probably to do with the Dig for Victory, when the allotments, you know, really come into use. And they were basically replicating the way that farmers did it. But times move on. So bed 16, that's that. We're going to put some potatoes into this bed. I'm going to put some potatoes into that bucket. And behind that compost is an empty compost bag. We're going to put some potatoes in there. Right, spacings, the first thing to mention. And nothing to this soil apart from just normal maintenance over winter. It's just been hoed. It hasn't been dug. Just picked any weeds out what were on top as I saw them. I was brought up and taught that something like that for spacing for your potatoes. Yeah. But now, how does that work when we put 3 in a 35 litre bucket? That don't add up, does it? Yep. Potatoes, you've got your first earlies, second earlies and main crop. As far as planting goes, you can plant them all at the same time. It doesn't matter. Don't think you've got to stagger your plantings, you don't have to. You know, you can do if you want, it's entirely up to you, but if you've only got a certain amount of time, one day, whatever, to get it all done, get them in. Right, I'll show you how I do it, Dan. By the way, as well, they do a thing called chitting, where people will put potatoes in egg boxes or in trays, and they get this sprouting. They get them to sprout first. Probably a little bit bigger than that. That's the rows where this comes from, as we call it. These have been in boot of my course since January.
Yeah.
You know that, Dan.
I do.
You've seen it. Yeah. So, just to show, if you want to do that, it's good practice. Nothing wrong with it. I stopped bothering years ago. I don't chit a tater at all now. They just get planted and that's it. When it comes to planting your taters, there's no up or down. They go for the light. They'll find the light, you know, they like for the light. Just give them a feel. You want them to be firm. If they're really soft and like you feel like your thumb or your nail could go through the skin, disregard them. You're gonna, straight away that can start spreading diseases and problems in your soil. If you want to get in, Dan, I'll show you. So, there's no heavy work, a trowel. See that, Dan? Depth for a trowel. 6 inch, maybe?
Yeah.
Yep. Put my tater in, cover it up. Side of there, Dan, what I'm going to do, another roll.
Straight outside.
Yep. This is something I have done for the last 7 or 8 years now. Never had a problem. What it does do, when I do grow taters in rows, which I did last year, just outside there, I don't get gaps in my rows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and tight.
If you're putting 3 taters in a 30 litre bucket or smaller, the sort of general rule of thumb with that is to just put them space your hand, you know, your palm apart, your taters.
Yeah.
So I see nothing wrong with doing that, and I've had no problems. That's my experience. It works for me. I'm getting good crops. I'll keep doing it. It's up to you guys. Sorry about the cough. Distance between them. Just drop me trowel down.
Yeah.
We go again. Tater in. At the side. Depth for the trowel again. That's him. We'll do 2 more at end. I'll come back up and do another row. He's in there. He's in there. No messing. Second row, trowel again. It's all there for you. If you see any small ones like that in the bag, I don't usually plant. I'm looking for, that's the smallest I would use as a potato seed, or a seed potato.
So what variety are these, don't you?
These are rocket, these are first early.
Yep.
What we call first earlies. They're a very old, well-known first early potato. And the reason I grow these, which is a great reason for growing certain types of veg, is I like them. You know,
it does help to grow.
It does, yeah, but a lot of people grow stuff they don't like. It's amazing how many do it. And stuff you don't like ends up on compost bin. So if you're going to do that, you can cut out middleman and just chuck a few quid on compost bin, can't you?
Definitely.
I'll not do alt bed because that might get a bit monotonous. So there we go, they're in. As far as planting goes, I've built the rest of this bed. And we'll leave that tater there just for myself, so I know that's where I finish when I come back tomorrow. You're looking at £2.50, £3 for a bag of taters. You should be getting somewhere between £3 and £8 from a row that length, which isn't a bad return for that, is it?
4 foot these beds, aren't they? 48.
Yeah, they're shorter than 4. Well, they might, yeah, it'd be about 4 foot. Sorry, Dan. Yeah. I did water this bed this morning.
Yeah.
Just get some moisture in it, so I've got some moisture there straight away. Right, I'm just going to fertilise them. As you know, if you've seen previous episodes, I have chucked all my synthetic fertilisers and slug pellets away. So what I've got here is granular seaweed, and I've added 1 or 2 chicken pellets to it, which is basically chicken manure. So I don't worry about this 3 ounce to a square yard and all that business. Just put a bit on, bit of nitrogen there, bit of phosphorus, bit of potassium for when they come through. Next thing, Dan. 2 big problems we have with growing potatoes, what everybody has. The first one I'll come to in a bit later. No, the second one I'll come to a bit later. First one's slugs. You know, they are the biggest pain. dig your taters up, slugs have been at them, what can you do? Lots of ways we can deal with slugs, apart from slug pellets. My slug pellets have gone in bin. I will never go down that line again, I won't go back to them. What's took me away from slug pellets is they'll kill the slug, birds eat slugs, it all goes in the food chain, it's not nice. So we've got a bottle of the finest Barnsley bitter, Dan.
Barnsley?
I'm going to take one of these, scrape back the soil. You can wear gloves when you're in the garden, it's just, I'm just used to not doing it. Yep, centipede there, Dan, doing a runner. They're quite good at running with all them legs, aren't they?
Yeah,
There we go, I've just put that in at soil level. Nice head on that, Dan.
it's alright, isn't it?
Yep, drop of Barnsley's finest. You notice out about where I'm actually putting these, Dan?
Yeah, we're quite close to the edge of the bed rather than the middle.
And that's it, you've hit it, yep. You've hit the nail on the head. Right, these work for slugs no matter what you're planting, obviously, it doesn't matter if it's cabbages, potatoes. Why they work, it's the fermentation of the gases that attract the slugs to it. What a slug won't do, it won't walk past your potatoes and it won't walk past your cabbage or your cauliflowers to get to your slug pub.
No.
So you set the trap on the edges of the bed so the slug comes to that before it gets to your taters. Yeah,
Definitely.
so I understand straight away the inkling is to scatter them about and
Yeah.
I'll just bob another one here. Like I say, I'll be finishing the rest of this bed off tomorrow, so I will work my way up with these. And let's film it up too much and then I might sup it to eat them. Sup it, that were a proper bit of Northern, weren't it? Just sup it. Remind me, Dan, when I've done, just want to tell viewers not to throw the net bag away what your taters come in, because there's a huge shrub. And I'll show you what that is. So that's it. Now, defending against slugs, you've gone down the organic line like me. There's lots of ways you can do this. Don't just use one. Slugs, the mollusk family, they don't like anything sharp. They won't crawl across sharp things. That's why eggshells is ideal, if you can get enough crushed eggshells. We have a lot of bark chippings on this site. I'm just going to put some bark chippings down, just to make it uncomfortable for them if they come looking. So that's that, we've fed them. We've put some protection down for slugs. Another thing you can do with slugs, you can do it on your pots. If you've got cooking oil and you paint some round your pots, paint some round edge of this bed, that'll act as a barrier as well, they can't crawl through it.
Yeah.
Right, so the interesting bit now, hopefully we're all interesting, but here we go. When I've planted them, you pull the sheet over, cut it early, get it put it in the bed. Just for now, I've got a brick hanging about. For tonight, I'll just weigh it down with this. There we go. You ever shorter a brick on allotments, don't know you?
It's like the bro.
Yep. We'll peg that down, but like I say, I'm going to finish this bed off tomorrow, so there's no point me putting pegs in to have to mess about with them. Potatoes are growing under this.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they put a black sheet over how they're going to grow. Plants grow for the light. There's still enough daylight. What'll happen? Move this down. When my potatoes start coming up, I'll see them pushing that. Yeah? And start pushing it up. All I'll do then is I'll cut out where the potatoes are coming through. The reason for doing that, one of the main reasons is when you're earthing up, like I say, it's hard work to keep earthing taters up. It's sunlight, daylight that makes your taters green.
Yeah.
That'll stop that. Yeah. You're blacking that out. You stop. They should not have any green potatoes coming under there. So that's a tip. This is a method I've never used before, so this is the first for me to see how good it is. The reason why I went a little bit to town with slugs is, the biggest worry's always been using this method is a great habitat for slugs that. Now, it's going to be moist and warm under there, so I've always thought it's a risk with slugs, so we'll have a see. I say we're going to finish this bed, we'll follow them through. When it comes to harvest, we'll have a little look and see how they do. Yeah. I'll show you next method, and this is method that I use 99% of the time now, I'd say. Just take a bucket, 35 litres. I'm going to put roughly 8 to 10 centimetres in there then. I'll just knock it about, let you get in. Once again, just multi-purpose compost, nothing special. I'm putting no feeds in it whatsoever. And they can get potato fertilisers. If you want to use them, fine. Personally, I don't think they need it. It's water that potatoes want. 3 potatoes, Dan. Yeah, 3 to a bucket. Palmer pot. Yep. Some people go right up to, come halfway up, plant the taters and fill it. I like to follow my taters up. I like to see stuff growing. You know that I ain't got some misses. You can see, Dan, there's a ring there.
Yep.
Yep. I'm just going to fetch compost up to that level. That's enough.
As you said, as the start growing,
yeah. What I'll do, once you start seeing your potatoes come through here, I'll let them get to roughly 10 centimetres, so that sort of height. Then I will totally cover them up again. I won't leave any green showing. I will cover the total plants up again. And do the same and get to the top of your bucket. I won't just leave that like that. So these roots, if you can see here, yeah. One of the biggest pains with watering with potatoes is watering them, especially when you start growing them in a controlled environment, i.e. putting them in a pot or a bucket. Same with any plant, they need more water. You can add Johnny Nis to this as well. One simple reason I haven't added Johnny Nis tonight is I've had 2 trips to the nursery already for compost this week, and I'm not going again. I need it for other jobs tomorrow. What I've done here, Dan, yep, I've cut my weed membrane so the bottom of my bucket fits in. I've gone down a bit, that's going to help reducing watering again. Them roots, when they get through here, will get out into that soil, which obviously there's a lot more moisture in. They still want watering, don't let them dry out. And finally, if you think, I ain't got a raised bed, I ain't got a bucket, what can I do? Get a bag. Simple. Tell you folks, there's nothing complicated, there's no barriers to growing stuff. Don't be fooled by it. If you want to grow it, you'll find something to grow it in and have a go. Get in on that, Dan?
Yeah.
There you go. 3 potatoes. Tell you what, we'll put 4 in here, Dan, it's a bit bigger. See that, Dan?
Yeah, we can see it.
Easy way with these as well is, instead of having your bag up here like this, just roll your bag down. As it starts coming up, it's easier to pick up.
Yeah.
You know, and as you start coming up, as your taters are coming up, just let your bag come up with compost and follow them up. Right, so just cover them up. That's them. All these will be watered. I'm not going to take time up for filming watering them, so take that as read, but these will be watered before I leave. And just water them with a watering can, it's going to wash through. Just put some holes in these bags as well, only a few small holes just to let it drain out. So if they're sat in water they will rot, obviously. Right, two main issues we have is slugs, which we've mentioned. The other one with potatoes is blight. Potatoes, tomatoes, aubergines, they're all the same family, they all get blights. They're all, for the botanists, they're all Solanaceae family, Solanum. We can have a degree of protection. You can, once the foliage starts showing, you can mix the right amount of a copper mixture and you can water them with that. I've never used that before it passed. I'm going to try it this year. I'm going to pick some up and try it. Yeah. Blight is wet, warm summers, you know, high humidity summers, and it's usually around about July that you'll see signs of it. It does strike very quick. You'll get blotching on leaves and it'll die very quick. If you spot it early enough on new potatoes and you remove foliage, you should still have a crop underneath. Yeah. So that's it. Right, we've planted them. We're going to water them. If it's dry weather like now, I'll just keep my eye on these. I'll probably just give them a drop of water once a week. Half a litre at most till they start growing. You know, you don't want that rot. And the more water you put on, it does attract slugs. You know, you will have to check for that. So when they're ready, how do we know when they're ready? Because you've grown them, you want to eat them. It's like rocket, this variety I know we experience. When rocket's ready, you get them out at ground. You don't, with rocket, I find you don't dig two plants up and think that'll do for a couple of teas this week. Because you can get a shower of rain, you can get slugs and it can all change. When your new taters are ready, especially with new taters, but I think they're cleanest to grow because they're that early. Like to whip them up, get them out. Yep. The first sign is your potato plants will flower. Yeah. Wait till after they've flowered. You can check a root then. If you've got quite a few buckets, you can have a look then. These compost buckets, you can even get your hand in and feel tubers. Some of the varieties, because they're a bigger tater, will even push side at buckets. You'll see it bulging at potatoes on them. That's telling you they're ready. After they've flowered, they start yellowing, they start looking like they're going to die back. I don't even wait that long with rockets. Once they've flowered with rockets, I'm having a look at them. I love rockets, I want them. You know, I want them as soon as I love me chips, Dan. I want them rockets, I want to make chippy pan, Dan. Yeah, cut your tops off. Well, quick tip, it's a Martin tip. When you think they're ready, don't water them. Give them a couple of days off watering. It's a lot easier getting taters out of dry compost. They come out a lot cleaner and look better. Wet compost, they are a bit of a mare, aren't they? They just look, they look sludgy and it's not good.
Messy work.
Yeah, so let them have a couple of days drying off. You can cut your top off and let them dry off. Get rid of your hulms, as they're called. They can go on your compost heap, in your compost bins. It's all going back, it's all a cycle. They'll be going in your beds at end of next year, which we'll show you, we'll follow that through. Get them out, they don't need any fancy drying or out like that. Just keep them dry, keep them in a dry place and in a dark place. And, well, we're growing taters, they're lasting us all year round, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really, yeah. But I've just planted there, 3/4 of a bag. Depending on your soils, you know, how they are looked after, the weather conditions we've had, you can go from anything from 10 or 12 pounds up to half a sack of potatoes out of what we've planted, quite easily. Yeah. That one last thing with your bags, Dan, that I said I'd mention. Right, we don't throw these away. These are little gold mines, these. What do we do with these, Dan?
I'm going to say for feed.
Yes, we make his own liquid feed with these. Normally I'll do it in a barrel, just with me being on camera I'll show you. I'll not put that in, Dan, that's compost, it won't work. I've got these, I love these. We've been struggling to get them this year because they're the old bird flu and that. Everything seems to be okay with getting them now. That's the old chicken manure, you know, chicken pellets. Not everybody's got all this going on, have they? So I'll do this for a normal sized garden. 1 handful, Dan. 2 handful, Dan. 2 and a bit, Dan, that'll do us. Pull that tag, what says rocket, Well, I think on, always thinking. Yep. As far as I know, whenever you buy a bag of seed potatoes, you'll get one of these with it.
Yeah.
Bring them in a pot and a bucket like that, straight on side. If you're doing them in a bag, just make a hole through and put it on like that. You know what you've got. The important thing, you know what your first earlies are in, you know what your main crop's in. You're lifting your main crop later in the year, going into end of August onwards, end of August to October, depending on variety. Done that then. Yep. 1 bucket of water. Stuck that in there. You can put, if you've got a lid for it, you can stick a lid on. It's not too smelly this. Some things when you submerge them in water can get a bit smelly, like your comfreys and that, but anything that's decaying in water does smell.
So if you were to water in without that, would you use a ratio to...
Yeah, you would dilute it, yeah. A capful, you know, like what you get on your bottles liquid feeds, you know,
yeah.
like you get them measuring caps.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think they go up to about 25 mil.
Yeah.
I'd stick 2 of them to a watering can. Yeah. Yeah, which I think about 6 litres standard watering cans, aren't they? Yeah, so I'd leave that in there, just forget about it, let it ferment for a couple of weeks. Water will start breaking them pellets down. You've got your own liquid feed there, and it's totally organic.
That's right.
So that, anything in future, anything not covered, or you want more in-depth on potatoes, let's get back to us then.
Yep, that's it.
We'll have a quick look at the old £20 challenge.
That's it.
Sound. Right then, so we've had a look at the potatoes and the, you know, how we plant them and really how to get a crop of potatoes taking fruit season. Hopefully we'll have a good summer and we'll have some good potatoes come, well, not long really. It's April now. Rockets are getting ready mid-June to end of June, so yeah, hopefully we'll have some good eating there. Right, Dan, the old £20 challenge. We'll just quickly go through this, shall we?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
shall I tell them what's happening? Because I think we just put it on Facebook, this, didn't we?
No, I'm sure we mentioned it in the video. We'll just give them a quick recap.
So, yeah, it's the £20 challenge is for me to grow varieties of veg and whatnot without the use of a lot of modern techniques like heated greenhouses. So I had a budget of £20. So I had a brainwaving week. I am going to do big shop. I know that these kitchen garden magazines always come with a lot of seed. I asked her to get me one. I told her to keep it in a bag so I couldn't see what seed was on, so it was a gamble. I passed it on to Dan. It's cost me £6. I've got 14 left and I don't know what seed I've got to play with. Do I, Dan?
Shall we take a look?
Shall we have a look, Dan?
Let's have a look.
Let's see if we can work with it. Which one did she get? Oh, it's Grow Your Own she got.
Grow Your Own.
Yep. Right, let's open it up then, Dan, eh? It's like a lucky bag for gardeners, isn't it, this? For grown-ups. Do you remember lucky bags?
Yeah, I don't really see them anymore.
We don't feel many in here, Dan. Well, first ones were in me, because I'm growing everything directly outside. So we've got Gardener's Delight, Dan. Tomatoes. Watercress. I don't think I'll be using that, Dan. So that.
I don't like watercress. You're not an egg and cress man?
Not really, no. But we'll have a look. I can use that, Dan. Some moolah. They're the long white radishes. Can direct sow them, no problems. They can go in as £20 bed. Which is that one. Silver skinned Paris. Yep. We'll have the spring onions in, basically. And pickling onions.
I don't like pickling onions.
You're not eating them, Dan. A beetroot. Oh, they're all Mr. Fothergill seed, by the way, for anybody who's interested. What come with this month's edition of Grow Your Own. The beetroot is Crosby's Egyptian. I've never ever heard of that. I've grown it, but I will be growing it, obviously. So I haven't got any choice.
Bolt resistant.
And we've got some kale. It's bolt resistant. Yeah, that's good then. Yeah, because they're not so bad for gonna seed really, but we'll see. Some kale, Dan.
Kale.
Greens. So that can be used then. Yep. We've got turnip snowball. We've got some carrots, Dan. I'm hoping we get some carrots.
What we got carrots?
Camilla.
Camilla.
Camilla. How are you pronouncing that one? But is that an F1, Dad?
It is F1.
F1, right? Yeah. Interesting F1. Basil, not really be doing that outdoors with direct sowing, so I think that's 3 packets I won't be using. We've got some lettuce. So we're halfway to a salad, and we've got a bit of veg stuff. I've still got some money. Oh, it was £14. I've also bought some half-hardy annual seed, which I want to sow and show you. So we're down to £12. I think they were £2. So right, that's the old challenge then, Dan. I'd say I broke even with that gamble, to be honest.
Yeah, happy with.
I'd have loved for there been some cabbage seed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even some cauliflower seed, you know, a bit more staple.
Well, maybe. Just maybe. I mean, because we've got a good lot of people around us.
We have.
I'm sure if you ask someone, they'd probably have a little bit of cabbage seed spare.
It might be worth a try. Yeah. And I think she owes me £1, Diane, so I could get that back off her and all, couldn't I?
Definitely.
Next week, Dan. One day next week, depending on, obviously we're busy, Dan's a working lad and that. I'm going to have a little trip to Lidl, because I've heard they've been doing seed for about 19p there, Dan.
Yeah, it's been pretty cheap.
Yeah, so we'll have some photos on me coming out to prove that I've been, and
that's it,
we'll see what. Yep, that's it. When you've only got £20, you use it wisely. We'll see what we've got. Yeah, so brilliant that. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, you know, it's you try and make things as interesting as you possibly can, and I hope we're doing that. Very quickly then, we'll not keep you. Next week's episode, I've purchased some roses. I know they're a bit Marmite. Some people love roses. They can't live without them in the garden. Other people can't be doing with the maintenance of them. But that's up for you to decide. I will show you how to plant them. And then as we say, as we go through the season, I will show you how to look after them and care for them. There is a specific way to plant roses, which is worth knowing. And I think we'll get on the challenge bed. We'll start sowing some seeds and whatnot on the challenge bed. I've got a few. I'm going back to like a Victorian kitchen garden, like Harry Dobson, as it were.
Yeah, good garden.
So I'm fetching back a few memories of some of the tricks he used to warm his soil and that up before he sowed seeds. So you see that next week. It might surprise you. We need to do your garden in the near future as well, Dan, don't we?
Yes,
Again, Dan.
We'll get down there.
We'll get down. That'll be coming up pretty soon, yeah. Just looking ahead, I know we're coming sort of middle of April towards end of April now. At the end of April, I am going to do a couple of things. Well, not I. There's no I in team. Oh, I'll just check. The int is the phew. Where we'll do you now a couple of hanging baskets. Show you how to make a basket up. Save a few pound there by doing your own basket. 1 or 2 tricks to gain it, just so you know, gain it spot on. Is that good for you, Dan? Have you what else to add?
No. Obviously, I think we said we were going to do carrots as well next week.
Yeah, we'll put a few carrots in. Yeah, that'll be a 2-minute thing. That we'll just keep 3 pipes back. Do them 3 with carrots, and that, you know, that'll quick chat about pre-micro mesh over carrots. Yeah, but nothing for long. Yeah.
No.
Yep. Lovely then. All right. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.